Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today, what are we going to be doing? Today I got a pretty spicy deck for you. I've been doing a lot of Gnar decks recently because, look, let's face it, this recent expansion is pretty much the Gnar expansion, Gnar and Friends, and it's mostly just Gnar. But I got a pretty sweet deck here for you. Everyone loves the guy. It's a Braum deck. We got a Braum J4 deck. It's actually pretty solid in my opinion. It does have some matchups where it's a little weak to, namely decks that play Vengeance. It feels a little weak against, so look out for Darkness, I'd say, and just Shadow Isles in general. But outside of Darkness, there's not that much Shadow Isles. But yeah, we're looking at Braum J4, Freljord, Demacia, formidable-ish, kind of mid-range. But it's a pretty sweet deck. We also play Howling Abyss too, so you got a little bit of that spice too. Lovely deck. Let's go and take a look at it. Okay, so welcome to the deck. Overall, deck is pretty much exactly what you would expect when you hear Freljord Demacia mid-range with Braum and J4. You might say, why are we playing J4 over something else like Udyr? Well, Udyr's bad. Also, J4, a lot of people forget this because, you don't see J4 too much. J4 is a really good champion if he levels up. The problem is, it's actually kind of hard for J4 to level up in a lot of decks that play him. And also, there's not that much J4 being played at the moment. But, you level up J4, and then you get a Cataclysm every single turn. And if you cast a Cataclysm on J4, he gets a barrier. So that's pretty good, too. That's really, really good at just stabilizing and controlling games. And then with Braum and your relatively high health units, thanks to Shield Durand, Vulpine Wanderer stances, it's not hard to level up J4. And then we go from there, and then we just win the game with either like a leveled up Braum, I don't know, a really big Broadwing J4 himself, or Howling Abyss if we need to go to that. But yeah, very fun deck. I think it's really, really good. It's kind of hard for a lot of decks to actually answer Braum. Outside of, let me think, outside of Vengeance decks, a lot of decks are going to actually struggle against Braum. I guess Noxus decks have Scorched Earth, and of course, Conchologist decks can always find something with Conch if it's in their pool, but that's kind of RNG. Same with Telescope decks and finding some random nonsense from the Epic slot in Telescope. But outside of those like RNG cases and Vengeance decks, how is your opponent going to kill a Braum who's been buffed by Shield of Durand? Shield Durand turns Braum into a 0-11 challenger. That's pretty good in my opinion. Not many things are breaking down Braum. Even like a, what? Thermogenic Beam, a PNZ deck? PNZ's not getting through a 0-11 Braum. Demacia decks? They might be able to do some Concerted Strike nonsense, but then you just play another Shield Durand or a Troll Chant or something. So yeah, I like the deck. Very, very big fan of this deck. Sure, it's mid-rangey and it does run out of cards in the late game, but that's about what you'd expect. That's why we're playing Howling Abyss. Not sure on how many Howling Abysses. Between 2 to 3, I think is correct. I think 2 at the moment is correct. 3, I've tried it out and I'm just like, it's just too many. Drawing one early is a little too bad. And you're almost never going to play Howling Abyss on 6 anyway. So I only want to play 2 of them to draw and have it played on around turn 8 or 9. But yeah, so why are we playing some cards in this deck and why are some cards not in this deck? Let's go through the deck itself, card by card individually. 3 Avarosan Sentries. Just a 2-drop here, just a strong 2-drop that comes down, cycles, not much more about it. This card is pretty standard in a lot of Freljord decks. That are not like aggressive Freljord decks. So we'll play all 3 of them. 3 Broadwings. I mean, we all know now this card is great. Card's busted. Sure, it's a little weak to silences, but Broadwing is really good in this deck thanks to Shield Durand and Boar Stance? I think it's Boar Stance. The regen stance? Yeah, Boar Stance. Boar Stance on a Broadwing is so strong. And then if you have a Shield Durand on top of that, that is a what? A 0-10 regenning Broadwing? That's pretty game winning. Just watch out for Equinox and silences in general. 3 sharp sights. We're Demacia. Of course, we're going to play 3 sharp sights. 3 single combats. Just a nice, cheap interaction spell. We're usually going to be winning the single combats anyway, so we're going to be using this to just get some more advantage. Thanks to things like Broadwing and Formidable Braum, it's going to be very hard for us to lose a single combat fight. And also Troll Chance and Sharp Sights. Next up, 3 Troll Chance. Pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as good as Sharp Sight, but it's at least almost as good, and it's one of the reasons you like to play Freljord. Troll Chant is so strong. Being able to pop spell shields nice too, and shrinking enemy units is nice. Not as great in the current meta, in all honesty, because of Broadwing, but outside of Broadwing and some other formidable units, it's still a very, very powerful card. So we'll play all 3. Next up, Vulpine Wanderer. This card is great. 2-mana 2/2 that gives you value is just great in the game at the moment. Conchologist, Pharaoh's Financier, and now Vulpine Wanderer. All great cards. Vulpine Wanderer is basically letting you play Udyr without actually having to put Udyr in your deck because you usually only really want 1 stance. And the versatility, without even playing the stance, just holding stance swap in your hand actually kind of makes your opponent have to play around it because of Ram stance and the AoE ping. So we're playing all 3 of them. I'd say for the most part, we're going to be using this as a Boar Stance to give regen to a Broadwing, but using it for, I think, Wild Claw Stance? No, Bear Stance. Bear Stance is the one I'm thinking of. Giving Bear Stance to Braum is also pretty solid. And Wild Claw Stance to J4 is pretty good too. And a stance to any of the champions from Howling Abyss is also pretty solid. Next up, though, 3 Durand Architects. Not sure about how many of these I want. I'm just playing 3 now because the Architect into Braum play is so strong. And Architect, after you play a Broadwing, is also pretty good too. So I like 3 of them to draw at least 1 every single game. 2 Durand Proteges. I'm not sure about this one. I really, really don't know. Like, the 1 health is really nice on a Broadwing, and giving tough to Braum is also pretty strong. So we're playing it as a 2 of, but I'm not really sure about it. But I like the card anyway, so I'm playing it as a 2 of. 3 Shielded Durands. Card's great. Like, this card is nuts. I don't think I have to talk too much about it. It's not nearly as good as, say, like Sharp Set, I feel. Needs a little bit more for your deck. Like, you only want to play this if you really, really want to keep things safe, or you have really good synergy with increasing the health of your units. We have both of those. We want to keep our Braums and our Broadwings safe, and it helps to increase their health pool, of course. Next up, 3 Braums. As for our champs, there's not really any other champs that we want to play. You could consider maybe like a 1 of Galio over the 3rd J4, but I like just 3 J4s, so we're playing 3 Braum, 3 J4. Braum has a pretty okay champ spell too. Take Heart's pretty strong, so we're playing all 3. Also, next up, Swiftwing Flight. All 3 of them. There's some pretty cute stuff we are doing here with Swiftwing Flight. Giving +1/+1 to a Braum who's challenging is actually pretty cute. Also buffs our Broadwing as well. And it's doing its best at... The card's doing its best imitation of a Bandle City card by trying to give us some more value by creating one of those challengers. But yeah, Braum used to actually be a 1/5, and it was really, really strong. So Swiftwing is doing its best to help Braum relive his glory days. Also, I think I mentioned it a little bit, but Braum Architect is busted. So remember that. 2 Concerted Strikes. Yeah, Scarred is just really good at just killing big stuff, getting around barriers, so we're going to play 2 of them. 3 is a consideration, but I don't think the meta is slow enough you can play 3. You can consider, say, like a Judgment over a 3rd Concerted Strike if you're afraid of go wide decks, but we don't really have that many good targets for Judgment, so I'm not a big fan of it. At least defensive judgments. If you can somehow get Durand Architect to give Formidable on Braum, that he's a great judgment target, but the problem with that is defensive judgment is you're not able to do that on defense. 3 J4s. Yeah, great guy. Pretty much just a stabilization tool. I'm playing all 3 because I just feel like in the current meta, getting a J4 out on 6 is really strong. Killing a lot of things, it's kind of hard. Like, sure, Poke6 popular at the moment, but I still think J4 is really, really good. And with both Troll Chants, Sharp Sights, and Shield Durance, even if your opponent Poke6 off the barrier, you can probably still keep your J4 alive and level them up and then get Cataclysms every turn. 2 Howling Abysses. Pretty much our win con here in case our mid-range game plan is stalling out and we just need a little extra late game, so we're playing 2 Howling Abysses. And a 1 of J4, kind of similar to the Howling Abyss. It's just a little extra late game, and it helps us find a J4 if we haven't drawn one. And if we have a J4 on the field, it's a pretty good summon ability to give everything Scout and Challenger for the turn. So that's pretty much it. There's definitely some consideration for other cards in this deck, like Udyr and Galio, but I don't like either of them in this deck. I don't think we're playing enough synergy for the Galio health buff, like we're not playing Petricite Hound or the Drake or anything. Poppy is a consideration too, but I don't know, what do you get rid of for Poppy? And I would not get rid of a J4 for a 1 of Poppy. I don't think that's strong enough. So that's the deck. Feels strong. I feel like it could be a solid tier 2 deck with some fine tuning. But enough talking. Let's go and take it for a spin on the ladder. All right. Scargrounds? I don't know what my opponent's playing here. I assume Freljord Noxus means Scargrounds. I'm going to keep everything here, actually. Maybe not the Sharp Sight. But yeah, I assume this is just Scargrounds. I don't know why they're playing Gnar. Gnar and Scargrounds seems weird. My hand's not that great, though, even though with this keep, this keep was a very safe keep. Like, nothing too good here, but we got our 2 drops and a Broadwing and a Troll Chant. That's all I really wanted. I could have thrown away, like, the Sentry and the Troll Chant and looked for Braum. But here's the thing. They're Noxus. Noxus is actually pretty okay at killing Braum. And we found a Braum anyway. So, good news is if they don't play a unit, which they did, I could just kill that. I'm just going to kill this. Kind of annoying that this is going to be damaged, but whatever. We'll just have this sitting here ready for you, actually. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting turn. I will play this. Yeah, I think I'll play this now. And I'll just take 3 damage from the Crimson guy. But yeah, giving regen to Broadwing is how we're going to win this game. It's nice. No attacks here. No Scargrounds. No Scargrounds is huge. And I'm just going to play Braum here.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
That's fine. And now here is the real question. Do you have Flock?
Have you met my shield?
If they flock me, I can always Troll Chant, but I'd rather not have to. Okay, good, good. No Scargrounds from them. Our Braum has gotten a Poro out, so that's good. And now we can... Hello, J4. Okay, never mind. They found it. I'm going to... This is my plan. Good plan here. Boar stance here, so we'll have an 0-5 Challenger. Start with this. Cool. No Ice Shards. And now I'm thinking I might summon Swiftwing Flight. Okay, you're from the Curator. So Braum, J4 is pulling that in. We're just going to pass here. I don't think I need to summon the Swiftwing Flight. Well, okay, okay.
Clear it out.
So that's a transfusion, I feel. So they could ping this. You're 3 health with a transfusion. This could be a troll chant too.
You are safe with Braum.
We're just gonna do this. No, this. I have troll chant in case they try to do any combat tricks here. Okay, troll chant. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And so you're an 05. And you're a 3-2. The only problem is so here's the thing. If I pass, or if I play the Swiftwing Flight, I have no spell mana for my J4. And I want to have 2 spell mana. I could play Avarosan Sentry. Like, that's the other thing I could do, but I'd rather have 3 to bluff Shield of Durand. So we're just going to pull in a bunch of stuff here. Oh, and J3 is here too. All right, so we're going to pull in this and this. And this should, in theory, level up our J4.
You'll regret when I lift this.
But yeah, here's our game plan come into effect. All right, they just drawn. That's good. Like, I think I've got this. I think J4 and Braum are going to just take over the game here. We have J3 as well, but we can't summon him next turn because it's a temporary challenger scout he gives. That is insane that they have nothing here for us. I have no clue how close Braum is to a level, but in all honesty, does it even matter? But yeah, like, now we're going to get Cataclysms every turn. I don't really see myself losing. Gnar is no problem. Our health is high enough that burn like this and from Vlad doesn't really matter.
Make the Empire proud.
If they summon a Braum or Vlad, I just Cataclysm it anyway. So yeah, I won. Good first game with the deck. We actually got to see a couple of things that this deck likes to do. Regen on Broadwing and a level J4. All right, as I said, we're just going to Cataclysm him.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
See where we go from here.
Protect the faithful.
Transfusion?
Is but to do and die.
Troll chance. Okay, okay. I guess I'll do this. This is actually kind of cute because it lets me save my barrier on J4 too. And there's no way to stop this for 1 mana. Okay, GG.
See? Trust Braum.
Okay. One of the more popular decks in the meta, Bandle City, Go Wide, Yordle in Arms, whatever you want to call this. We're going to throw away everything except for Vulpine Wanderer. The Ram Stance might actually be good in this matchup. Pretty meh kind of hand, but okay, never mind. It's a good hand now because of that. But yeah, this is one of the best decks in the format at the moment because Rally plus Yordle in Arms is just so strong, and they get to play other strong Demacia cards like Sharpsight. But thankfully, they're a mid-range deck. We're a mid-range deck, so we try to bully them. I'm just going to pass here. Like, this seems great that they're doing nothing. So now I'll just play Broadwing, and if they do nothing, I pass again. Each and every single turn that I get for free with this deck, I think is good for me. Like, right now, my opponent has to throw out cards here. The fact that they're a Yordle in Arms mid-range deck who did nothing on turn 1, 2, and now 3 is huge. Unless I'm getting baited here and there's some, like, Demacia Bandle City Shellfolk deck. No, they're just
Is it the mustache?
this deck.
Who knows?
But yeah, like, I don't really see how they're getting around this. And then we'll Architect next turn, too, for Braum. We can Architect Wanderer. Get a boar stance going on our Broadwing. All right, looks like they're starting to do the go wide nonsense, though. Yep. Thankfully, they don't have any attacks here, so that's great for me. All right, come on. Okay, so, I'm just going to start with Architect.
We are Demacia's unseen protectors.
Holding up 5 mana here instead of 3 mana when I attack is actually kind of nice because I can bluff 2 spells now. Shield and Sharp Sight, Troll Chance. Now the question is, what am I killing? Oh, okay, well they have nothing here, so I'm just going to kill the Mana Dork and Grandfather Fae. So, good job, Braum. Also, now that Braum's got Formidable for this turn, I don't care about that. Go ahead. Honestly, if they waste a Sharp Sight here, sure. Pokey Stick? Yeah, it's a board clear. That's all that matters to me. Clearing the board is all I cared about here. Oh, and I get a Portal. I forgot. So yeah, I might just play Vulpine Wanderer, giving Broadwing regen. So we're definitely playing Wanderer.
Won't we, Kip?
Yeah, we're going to give it regen now. Let's do it. So the problem with doing this play, though, is it kind of messes with my next turn, because I want to play Swiftwing Flight next turn. The problem with doing that is I can't play Shield of Durand as well, because I only have 6 mana, and I need 7 mana there. Okay, never mind. Sharp Sight's almost as good, so we're going to play our Broadwing Flight.
And I take point.
We're going to do it post-combat. Yeah, we'll do it post-combat. Swiftwing Flight. If they do nothing and pass here, great for me. Gnar? So Gnar's a 5/3 here. Ugh. So this one's actually interesting. So they're going to have a Pokey Stick. I could shield my... So I can Shield of Durand the Poro to block Gnar? Because they don't have any way to deal 1 for 1 mana. So we're just going to pass here again. If they pass, good for me. I'd actually be very surprised if they pass. They have an 8/4 Quick Attack Tristana. And a 5/3... Actually, Gnar is gonna... Well... The Strike? No, Strike doesn't care about impact.
They need our help.
I can, in theory, kill that. With Shield of Durand Sharpside, I can actually kill this. Again, for 1 mana, they can't stop this. So, for, what? How are they going to deal with this, this Broadback? Oh, yeah, it doesn't work because it's got Quick Attack. I always do that. Whatever, it's still fine. It's still fine because it still kills Gnar. I always forget that interaction with how Quick Attack and Formidable works. Still good, though. An 0-8 is still 0-10 now. 0-10 is really strong. And we're just gonna... do this? They're gonna just Pokey Stick my J4 is the problem.
Good luck. Have fun.
Like, that's the issue there, is they're gonna just Pokey Stick J4. He'll level, though. Like, that's nice, I guess. And at least he kills Tristana. I hate how close this is. It's not close. Like, I think I got this. I don't think I can lose from here, but the fact that I'm not super confident kind of annoys me. Wait, really? You don't have a Pokey Stick? Oh, wait, no, you don't have a Pokey Stick, because Gnar only leveled. Gnar did not strike. Alright, that's nice. So they didn't get a Pokey Stick this time. So they did have a Pokey Stick. It's just 1 mana now. Okay. You're gonna just flood into a... Why didn't you play Pokey Stick, though? All right, Telescope. Is the game plan here gonna just be Yordle in arms? Because I'll be honest with you, I think I'm fine even if they Yordle in arms. Tristana's kind of unkillable, though. Oh, God. Double buff from Tristana and the Grandfather Fae. Oh, God. That's actually really annoying. Health is still high. Thankfully, I've got that going for me. But if they play Yordle in arms here, it's not that bad. It's only +4. J4 can kill anything that's not called Tristana here. And we'll just chump Tristana. What? Are you giving up? Like, is this what they're doing? What? Either that's a misclick or they're giving up here. And I feel like that's a misclick. Ugh. Okay, so that was a misclick. Good for me. Terrible for them, because that was actually really important for them. So, good news, though. I know half of their hand. And they had the Yordle in arms. So I can kill this. So that's nice. So they've got a Fae. One of the cards is a Fae card, and the other card is some random card. I have no idea what it is. Do they never have a Pokey Stick? Am I going crazy here? Why did they not get a Pokey Stick? Wait, that was a leveled Gnar who struck. That was Mega Gnar. I'm so bad at this game. Don't bully me. All right. Yordle Portal. Okay, sure. Ugh. That's annoying. Thankfully not too annoying. But yeah, I don't know. Like, look at this. This is nuts. This is why this deck is so crazy good. Look how big these cards are. All right, that's... He's dead. Sure. We'll just chump everything else. So yeah, that's getting chumped. Let's chump this block here. So I'll take, what, 12? I could Shield of the Rond Braum to keep him alive. I could also shield J4. And I think I'm going to shield J4. Like, this deck doesn't have burn. They have rallies. Rallies is their reach. So yeah, we're just going to do this. The Braum level up doesn't matter. Keeping J4 alive is actually nice. Getting another Cataclysm is good. And we'll just probably summon Durand Architect here. So yeah, we did it. We stabilized. Or we are stabilizing. I don't have to worry about burn, like, get excited. Yeah, we got this. I don't see myself losing from here. Teemo? I mean, I've got J4. I have to kill her now. I don't like this play, but I want to do this now. I don't want to lose my Architect to a Tristana block. And GG.
Fine work, soldiers. Fine work.
Well, this is awful. I mean, is it actually that awful? Not really. It's actually, I don't even know if I can say this is a good or a bad matchup. I've played this matchup before on stream because there's always, for some reason, there's been a lot of people playing Azir Irelia. I believe there's a, part of the event quest is playing Azir Irelia or something like that. So a lot of people have been playing it more than you would expect. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be too good for me. Not with this kind of hand. If I can draw a little bit better, I'll just play the Sentry now. I think this is an okay start. In other words, if I had drawn... I'll just attack in here. If I had drawn Braum, I like this matchup. Or Broadwing. Sadly, that's neither Braum nor Broadwing. And that's a turn 1 Dunekeeper, turn 2 Deus, turn 3 Azir. Yeah. Yeah.
Spells can help.
Always forward. Arise.
Well,
We will slow them.
we're in trouble. We don't have healing. They don't have burn, but we don't have healing. We don't have units. I'm a mid-range deck with no units in my hand. This is actually awful. Okay, now it's actually a game. I'm gonna do this. If I can kill Azir, like I really need to kill Azir right now, and if I can do this to kill Azir, good for me. I'm going for it. You know what? I'm just gonna say, screw it. Let's go for it. I'm gonna make them have it. If they have it, they have it. If they don't have it, you'll love to see it. That could have been a disaster if they had Twin or Nopify, but sometimes you just gotta risk it. And thankfully, this time it worked. Hello, Braum.
I must become the leader.
Hello, Irelia. So you're gonna be really big. So they'll get 3 units. You're a 6-1? Ugh. I'll take it. I'll take it all.
Is on the job.
So here's the question.
Stand behind
You're actually going to be a 7-1. Yeah, I can go down to 6. I think 6 is fine. I don't like it. Oh, I really don't like it, but I think it's fine. They are running out of cards, too. I could have just not summoned Braum this turn, too, but I think summoning Braum is really nice here. So yeah, this is annoying, but...
It is easy, see?
Here's the question. Now what? That is such a good draw. Give me... Fleet Feather. Yeah, give me Fleet Feather. I just want the Challenger here, just so I can use Braum to kill Duo. But yeah, this is nuts. And now I've got Troll Chant, Sharpsight, and Shield Iran, and even Stand Swap here. All to play around with. What a great top deck. Never mind. So much for that. So they can't recall.
Stand behind Braum.
I'm also going to block this. My health is getting a little low. I'm mostly afraid of some elusives. I'm going to play Stance Swap. Am I? I'm going to attack in like this and offer a trade here. Yeah, I like this play. I like offering the trade here.
Hold up.
You might say, why don't I pull in the duo? Because I wanted this. I wanted to bait them into blocking here and making them think I would play a combat trick on my duo. My Broadwing. And we're just going to play our Fleet Feather here. Still a little annoying, though. Double Deus is really bad, but... I don't know. Good news is it feels like they're just running out of resources. I'm kind of running low, too, but whatever.
Azir welcomes all his subjects.
Marshall. So they're making... Just going to summon this and summon another Fleet Feather, I think. I just want something cheap, and we'll just do this.
With Braum.
I can go down to 2. Actually, I'm going to Sharp Sight here. If I Sharp Sight, though, I lose... I could Troll Chant? Why don't I chump like this? Keep around the Swiftwing Flight. Yeah, let's do that.
Think hard. Think strong.
Yeah, let's do it like this. This way I get to save my sharp sight in case they go for an elusive win con. I like this play. I think this play is really good. Unit? Oh, actually, really good unit there.
Our family's work lives on within the city walls.
Steady your
Blossoming
heart,
Blades.
find your beat.
Really, really good for you. I think I just have to block everything I can here. I'm gonna troll chant. Now, what am I gonna troll chant though? Just this? I guess. Yeah, I guess this is it. Thankfully, their denies are useless. I feel like they have a deny in hand, too, with how they're playing. And we're just gonna do this, I believe, is how I want to do it. And then pull in that. Yeah? Yeah, I think this is how I want to do it. Nice, they have nothing. And our Braum levels, too. And because we were able to save our sharp sight, we are not afraid of a green glade duo into an attack. I guess I'm afraid of... Okay, you're nothing. I'm a little afraid of... Cool, they have nothing. What am I afraid of here? Azir? Oh, come on.
Send and sky, past and present. Men die, but Sharif
All right.
lives forever.
They have one card left.
Impressive, no?
And I can troll chant some stuff.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
So we're going to ram stance you, and I'll actually get another blocker. And I should be able to block everything. They'll have only 5 attacking units. We'll have 5 blocking units. So yeah, we're good. We win.
Remember this day. The order is given. Arise.
Oh boy. So yeah, let's just... That.
Help is under.
That. I can shield here. Block that. Put you there. Put you here. Troll chant like this. To save my architect. Yes. Perfect. So we got rid of the Azir, which is nice. And I think I've got lethal on board. I feel like this is enough. And we're just going to slam here. Not even going to think too much here. Just slamming everything. And G. Good game.
See? Trust Braum.
All right. So welcome back to the deck. 3 games. 3 wins. Pretty good games, too. Kind of wish we had gone against, say, like a Scout deck or a Pantheon deck, but we went against the Demacia deck, a Yordle and Arms deck. Did well against it, too. But I wanted to show off how this deck does against Scouts and Pantheon. I think those are pretty good matchups for us. Pantheon less so, but Scouts definitely so. But still, we got our wins. We played against, what, Scargrounds? A weird Scargrounds deck playing Gnar. Yordle and Arms, and our last game was against Azir Irelia, which some people still believe that's a deck. I don't. But we played against all 3 of those decks, and we won against all 3 of them. So yeah, pretty good games. Thankfully, we didn't run into any Shadow Isles, any Vengeance decks, so that's great for us. But yeah, because we would have lost, though. I think this deck is a solid deck for the ladder. I honestly don't think it's that good, though, if you ask me. But I do think it is strong. And with some fine-tuning, it can be even better. Like, for example, is Howling Abyss actually necessary? Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Gorlith or Wrath of the Freljord is better, but I like Howling Abyss. I like Aram. It's fun. Anyway, though, but yeah, if you have any suggestions for this deck, I'd love to hear them down in the comments below. I like this archetype. I like the idea with the deck, but I'd love some more ideas with it. And if you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. Always helps out the channel and me. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. Also, if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye!